Apologies, I completely forgot to press record. So I can record the session for those who missed it. I'm just going to quickly run through the different presentations again, just so that everybody is up to speed with this. Okay. So the first one is our national support session presentation, just as reminders. So due date of the assignment, very important, just to avoid penalties, especially when it comes to group assignments. You need to submit via ARC and not via email. I will go over what is needed to be sent via email. You need to consistently work towards the assignment, follow the timelines, don't rush about it, don't procrastinate, make sure that you are fulfilling all your responsibilities on time. If anything goes wrong with your submission, please send an email to VC Assist and also inform me so I can follow up with VC Assist so that you can get an extension on the due date and you are not penalized because of a technical error. Referencing guide, make sure you are following the referencing guide. I was very happy to see that the Turnitin scores on the first assignment was really good. So I'm hoping that in assignment 2, we're also in a better space. Additional information is very important away from the MO, away from the textbook. So always looking at external sources. Submit it in PDF and please no photo conversions, okay? Key areas for improvement, to read the question and understand it, bring in theory as well as application that's relevant to the specific case study, also reference it. Structure, very important. It makes a whole lot of difference when the presentation of your assignment actually looks good. Contents page, cover page, grammar, sentence construction, all of that to be at top level. And then external research, so other sources excluding the book is what the requirement should be. And then the last one is just from a preparation perspective. Read your learning units, conceptualize what the information is that's relevant to the case study. Use your MO as a guideline. I've prepared PACEs as well, which is great. So it'll pinpoint exactly where you need to find the information. All of the keywords in the assignment is highlighted, so you can very easily pick up on what needs to be focused on. Pace yourself when you're answering the question. Read your rubrics, understand how many marks is needed for the theory, understand how many marks is required for the application, and work off that. Unpack all of your questions into identify, discuss, and explain. There's different categories for it. And so that you're providing enough content, and also make sure that you're using the assignment template. Okay. Then we're going to move on to our assignment 2 PACER. Okay, so this is what the PACER looks like. So it's broken down into 3 questions. Each question has sub-questions in it, okay? But I've just sort of grouped it together. Question 1 has learning unit 1 and 2, all of the themes, and it's chapter 1 and 4, not chapter 1 to 4, 1 and 4. Question 2 has learning unit 3, chapters 5 and 7, and question 3 has learning unit 4, chapters 8, 9, and 10. Okay. Your peer review, Appendix B, is just to be submitted before the assignment submission. So it's not to be shared with a group. It's you as an individual need to send me a peer review. Self-review is for yourself. You can add all 3 of your reviews in your answer page in your full assignment and submit that. For one person to do a submission on ARC, not for the entire group at this stage. Okay. Your groups are as follows. Group 1, Brett, Divan, and Vana. Group 2, Michaela, Simran, and Muzammil. Group 3, Wendy, Michelle, and Tyler. Okay. So that's where we're at with the PACER. I will share this post session so you have full view and clarity on it. Okay. Then we're going through our assignment 2 specifically. So all of this, very general information, which we went through in our first assignment when I had gone through sort of like a mini NSS. This is the important bit because this is relevant to this specific assignment. Introduction, not exceed 300 words for 5 marks. The questions 1, 2, and 3 listed with their marks attached, and a conclusion for 5 marks. The balance of the marks, so 10 marks for the peer review and 5 marks for the self-review, you need to do this, and obviously, I mean, don't lose out on 15 marks, basically. So make sure you get this done. Here's your case study here. So please read, understand, so that you can apply your theory very well. Your first question for Learning Unit 1, we're speaking on sustainability. We're going to be bringing in what sustainability is, how it contributes to the business, what is sort of their practicality in terms of different examples. Then we're going on industrial location theory factors. What are 2 factors in part of that? We speak about cost, we speak about location, we speak about labor. So all those different types with application. Very important, bringing in additional academic sources. Absolutely important, okay? Outside of the textbook, not to be used from the textbook, but outside of the textbook. Question 2, we're speaking on the steps for forecasting process. I discussed this last week. We only need the first 4 steps. Look at the marks, 20 marks, 4 steps, that gives you 2, 4, 6, 8 marks, application as well as examples. Okay. 4th Industrial Revolution, how technology has changed supply chain operations, and for this company specifically, what is the different application points? You need to obviously state this. Also, academic sources required outside of the textbook. Speaking about safety and buffer stock, factors influencing warehouse operations, and then modes of transport, which is we're going to go through in next week's session, which will then conclude our Learning Unit 4 in totality. Also, 2 academic sources outside of this. So you should have at least a minimum of, I would say, 10, 12 different references in your assignment. Appendix B, peer evaluation. There needs to be one completed for each member in your group. So if you are, let's say, Michaela needs to complete one for Simran, and she needs to complete one for Muzamil. That's how you need to. So every person basically needs to complete 2 peer reviews and 1 self-review. Okay, this is the information that's required. And then basically we have our self-review. Please put your total here. Are you 1 to 2, 3, 4, 5? Put your total, and I want a little bit of short story underneath that. Okay, so that basically concludes our NSS. If there's any questions at all, you know where to find me on WhatsApp, on email, and then I can help you going forward. Thank you so much, and apologies for not recording, but I'm hoping this will help those that have missed the session. Have a good evening.